Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. For those of you that are new, my name is Astraea Love, and I'm here to entertain you today. Okay. So please make sure you guys are familiar with my legal disclaimer. It is in the description box below. And in the description box below is also another link to my other platform. You will definitely want to make sure that you get a subscription over here and over there. Okay, I do bonus readings for my subscribers. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled, be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this includes shadow banning and the copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted by God and the Holy Spirit. So don't steal messages from God and the Holy Spirit because they're not mine. They're technically not even my messages to allow you to take and duplicate. And nobody wants a message that's been telephoned 100 times. If you know about the game telephone, then you know. Hi, welcome in, Ragnarok. Oh, really? Wow, it says I've got 2 likes, so thank you. Yeah, the system, I can never trust the system on that. Okay, now we're going to do the prayer. So I hope that you guys are having a happy Wednesday. I keep seeing the strength on the bottom, so I know today's going to be a good reading. Okay, so I ask that the Most High God and the Holy Spirit be with us now for this reading, for every other. I also call upon the archangels and everyone's spiritual teams and spiritual guides, along with the ancestors. I would like to ask Archangel Michael specifically to block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, Most High, I ask that you would please. Oh, good. Enjoying some peace and understanding what you can do. Awesome. I'm glad that you are definitely in peace. So, yeah, I just ask that anybody be blocked out that's going to do anything negative. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth, and the highest knowledge to be revealed to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. So then now I want to thank you, Heavenly Source, for your unfailing love and for your dedication to me and my platform. Thank you for healing the sick. And thank you for blessing me and my subscribers and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. So I just immediately picked up on, and it's like I can barely get through reading this and the energy just starts flooding in. I immediately picked up on something. So there is something about gang stalking going on for you guys. Gang stalking. All right. So if you don't know what gang stalking is, for those of you that don't know, it's like Psalms 91 said, "You'll never see your enemies who fall by your right hand." That's exactly it. My peace, the eye of the storm. Yeah, and your angels like razor blades in the storm. That's exactly it. I mean, Cenobites, angels to some, demons to others. That's basically how I look at angels. So they can be real gangster when they need to. So the thing about this gang stalking is that this is being done by some type of government system. Now, this is not just the USA. There's some type of, hi, welcome in, Amelia. There's some type of, I don't know if actually, I'm going to have to read into the CIA and the FBI to see if they are just associated with America or if they're also associated with other countries. I'm not for sure. But I am picking up on that you guys have got a gang stalking situation. Somebody's trying to monitor you because, and this is like how it trickles down from the higher dimensions. Somebody's trying to monitor you because you keep, at least in the dream state or when you're in meditation, you guys are slipping kind of out of our, I don't want to say out of our universe, but slipping out of our dimension and going into the higher dimensions. Okay. So why would anybody think that's a problem? First of all, the whole Stargate project, if you guys know about Stargate project, the Gateway project, those are 2 different ways basically to control people to keep them in by going through these different stargates, you're opening passageways, but it's all within the same. Yes, it's interdimensional. Yeah. And I figured out also yesterday, maybe it was the day before, I was talking to somebody about why scuba divers, when they go down into the ocean, they experience some type of like pressure. Okay, I get that that's all interdimensionally. So it's something interdimensional that's happening. So the people that are watching you guys are people that are associated with more than one type of government. Okay, so it's not, so if like let's say you live in London, this could be like France. Well, I'm getting France big time is looking for somebody. They're trying to find someone. France, Canada, the USA, the Dominican Republic, Trinidad. So yeah, there's a bunch of different countries that are doing this. Somebody actually accused you of being from a different dimension. This is exactly it. This is exactly it. So the gang stalking for me, I think what I've noticed about it is that it does start from the higher dimensions. You grew up in the Dominican Republic, Amelia. That is wild. Wow. Wow. So yeah, this is definitely for you. So yeah, what I feel is like that the gang stalking starts actually on a higher, like on maybe the fifth dimension, and then it trickles down into this dimension, and people start to organize themselves and come together, right? And then they start watching you. Okay. What are they looking for? They're looking for, okay, first of all, they want a free ride. If they know that you have the ability to raise your frequency and leave this dimension, that's kind of how Christ could just walk into heaven, and Enoch didn't even die. He like walked into heaven. Like God just came and picked him up in like a UFO or whatever. Um, so the thing is that when you have people, and this is why they were doing all of that testing on all the kids to find out who had psychic abilities, who was able to get past this gateway process and go into other dimensions. So yeah, this is definitely going to be about your public fame and success, because you are about to retrieve something from this higher dimension that somebody did not want you to have. And whatever this is going to bring you glory, success, and victory. I also feel like you may end up getting a big download. Like what you could be retrieving is a huge download that has to do with some type of liberation. It's some type of secret or code that has to do with the matrix. Melchizedek, yeah. Melchizedek is awesome. Like Enoch and Elijah might be able to walk up. That's exactly it. You know how they talk about Jacob's ladder in the Bible? Amelia, I get that this is for you too. You know, Jacob's ladder, why that was such a big deal is because Jacob was actually able to climb that ladder, which is riding a wave of ascension, going into a higher dimension, and was able to connect with God on a higher level. So that's why, you know, the story of Jacob's ladder. But I do feel like the ladder has to, I was just going to say that. I feel like the ladder has to do with the vertebrae that go up and down the spine. And oh, you're going through the Kundalini awakening. Yeah. And it has to do with Kundalini awakening. So why the collective, and it's not the collective, but these are specific higher dimensional beings that are, first of all, they're afraid that you guys can climb Jacob's ladder and ascend. And secondly, they are whatever you're going into the higher dimensional self to get. You do the Kundalini thing often. Yeah. So that's building the consciousness, bringing it up the spine. Wow. Yes, it has engineered a lot of jealousy, because this thing that's in the higher dimensions that you're going up and accessing or grabbing and bringing back down here, it's going to give you and other people the ability to shift dimensions, to shift into adjacent possibilities, to shift into other worlds, right? And so I kind of had a dream download about this where I had this when I was a kid. I had this oval mirror that you could swing back and forth. You can awaken others Kundalini. That's exactly it. So you guys know about this. This may be something you develop to help people do this. Yeah, that's your future job. That's exactly it. Because that's the thing is that people, yes, worldwide. That's the thing is that Kundalini awakening is going to awaken people's spiritual abilities. Their spiritual talents, and also, yeah, that's why they want to bury you. That's exactly it. There's a whole being who thinks that they are God. Yes, I know about this thing, but they are. You know what they remind me of, Ragnarok? If you've seen Doctor Strange and the original Doctor Strange, where there's that being that's like a higher dimensional being. It's like Marmaduke or something like that. Yeah, nothing can harm you guys. And the Kundalini aspect, see, snakes are healing in every type of way, like because they shed their skin, right? And so we have a bad association with snakes because what they've written in the Bible. But yes, you're a healer. But snakes are not bad for all people. I mean, I wouldn't say go jump in a snake bin or whatever, but I will say that the Kundalini snake, hot hands, yeah, the Kundalini snake, or serpents, because it's two. When they unify, they basically bring all of the chakras together, and so it's like a chakra unification as well. And so that's what these people, they don't want you guys to do this, literally, because you're going to basically awaken people, and then they're going to be able to do the same thing, climb that ladder and go within and get the answers. And with your guys' help, they'll be able to they'll be able to start healing themselves. Good. Yeah. I mean, prayer is a really good hiding in plain sight. Exactly. Prayer is a really good way to cloak yourself. I've just noticed, like, anytime I go into, well, hey, what? Welcome in, Grogon. Guess what? Tell me. But yeah, you talk to God all day long. You got into your new place. Yay. Oh, go you. I knew it was going to happen. Finally. That's awesome. Yeah. So you guys, like, you have the potentiality to awaken the world and to heal the world, both in unique ways. And that's why the gang stalking was going on. It was something that, yes, and it's been so peaceful. Oh, I'm so happy for you to get out of that situation. My gosh, I'm seeing the strength again. So this victory that you're having, you have a lot of people staring at you lately, for sure. This victory that you're having, and sometimes I will literally, like, wonder, you know, are people watching me? Am I in a simulation? I try not to get really paranoid, but sometimes the way people react to my energy, I'm like, okay, there's something going on a higher dimension. I can tell. I don't think that people are necessarily placed there like the Truman Show, because they would have to really, really, yeah, we are in a simulation, though, for sure. And I feel like we ourselves are not this simulation, but we're part of a simulation. We're in a simulation. But I feel like each and every one of us can, yeah, exactly. Each and every one of us can awaken from that simulation and then gain control, basically, of the simulation, so that it would no longer be a simulation. I guess it would be called, like, rebelling against the system. Anything that belongs to you isn't you. Exactly. That's exactly it. So this strength, you guys have a lot of support coming in right now. A lot. From the higher realms, from the interdimensions. And the fact that we all think that we own things, well, first of all, the government doesn't really allow us to own things, because I don't consider my vehicle, if I have to pay taxes on my vehicle every year, and I'm not trying to bitch about taxes, but I'm just saying, if I have to pay taxes on my car, taxes on my house, then I don't really own my house. The government does. I have to continually pay taxes. And I know that they say taxes are, what is it? Not mandatory. Yeah, voluntary. Thank you. Yeah, but even that being that, if I didn't pay the taxes on my house, somebody could pay the taxes on my house, and then they would own my house. So that's kind of like where the legal system really doesn't get it. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad to be with you guys and to help you with this stuff. It is sickening. It is sickening. It's truly, truly cruel and sadistic to leech money out of the people like this, but whatever. I mean, I'm trying not to get into, I've had a lot of triggers. Hi, Damini, welcome in. I've had a lot of triggers just with, I don't believe that nuclear warfare is the way, but yes, Our current government and religion. That's exactly it. Government has been, have you guys noticed how the government's been trying to trigger the crap out of us? Yeah. I feel like they're seriously trying to energy harvest off of all of us. Yeah, there's the people are also picking up on like that they keep saying this World War III thing, and I feel like that is total fear. You know what I mean? Yeah, we are the Lush farm. I feel like that is total fear. As far as World War III, I pray that that doesn't happen, but they're I've noticed the algorithm is pushing that agenda for everybody to go into fear, and then the amount of misinformation, like you can never really trust what you're watching because you're always going to read or watch something else that contradicts it. So it's like just be careful. If you start to watch something and you start to feel your energy leave you, turn off whatever it is. Yeah, just assume it's all lies until proven that it's truth. Yeah, and live your life, because seriously, I feel like the government's doing some form of energy harvesting on us, and they want us to believe that there's going to be a World War III, and I mean, eventually there could be. I'm not saying that that's not possible, but are we in it right now? No, we're not in it right now. You never pay taxes. Good for you. Yeah. And you're still here. Good. Good. Yeah. So definitely don't share that information because people will try to use that against you. Look at this. Your guys' inheritance is coming in strong. Your abilities. This is like this is like being a superhuman or a super soldier. Only you guys are not soldiers, but um, you know what I was just hearing? There may be something about, what is that movie called? The Never Ending Story. There is something about the never ending story that has to do with this. Maybe because basically this drama on TV is a never ending story. Yeah, it's really good to help other people. I really want, yeah, financial gifts. Absolutely. I hear gifts coming as well too. And some of these are going to be physical gifts like actual money. TV is television. You know what? That's so funny, Amelia. I've always called it devil vision instead of television because of how it sucks you into it. And the funny thing is that we could all be watching the same thing, but we could be hearing and sensing different things. And so it's kind of like a magical tool because we can all watch the same thing and pick up different stuff. But yeah, your guys' abilities are getting stronger and you guys are able to use them more actively. And whatever these archons are, the archons are saying that humanity is rising in a frequency way, in a frequency. They're rising in frequency out of the landscape that they could influence. Yeah, subliminal suggestion. Basically out of that landscape. So I do feel like there's I feel like the news, well, first of all, I didn't even realize until a little while ago that the different news stations are like Democrat and Republican. I did not know that. Forever I did not know that. Yes, you're getting downloads on the never ending story thing. Good. Yeah, Seam came to mind. Land of dreams. All fictional things exist there. Wow. Yeah, he made it legal. Propaganda on TV is legal. That's exactly what I'm saying. So you could be watching one channel that's Democratic and be getting one complete, like total different information. Then you could go watch into another one and it could be Republican. And you get completely different information. So it makes it extremely confusing. And then you have everybody who's commenting on it and making videos. And that is even more misinformation. So what I want you guys to do is not when the government starts throwing these fear tactics, because this is what it is. It's a fear tactic to manipulate and drain energy. When they start throwing these code words out like World War III, nuclear weapons, they're saying these things, they're eating mermaids. Oh my God, you know about that. Yeah, the elites are eating mermaids, which is going to end up really bad for them, like way bad for them. Oh, thank you, Kiwi Kid. Yes, see, this is what I'm getting, that they want you guys to worry about this nuclear fallout and stuff. They're always out to basically trigger us so that we all put in that low vibrational energy. I mean, it's just a tactic to keep our vibrations low, where the archons are saying that they don't have really control. There was at a certain time where they had control over humanity, but they've lost it, basically. And so all this shit that they're saying is going to happen, and that people keep going off on tangents and stuff, like, I don't want you guys to, because you guys, I know the people that are in my collective are the most powerful creators. You know, it is all fear tactics. I don't want you guys to be putting that, like plugging into that part of the system and then allowing yourself to think and truly believe that that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, because the archons are walking away. Surprise, surprise, which, you know, we would never thought, I would never have thought the day of that. Yeah, you guys don't need to be afraid of the matrix or the simulation. Just knowing that you exist outside of the simulation, it is enough. Yeah, the mermaids are the ones taking care of the oceans. Exactly. And there's different types of mermaids in different parts of the ocean. And Mommy Wata, she's pissed. Yes, yeah, you guys don't be afraid. The worst thing you could do, and the thing about worry is that you never, yeah, the thing about worry is that you'll suffer twice. If it is something to worry about, well then it's going to happen. But if you worry about it and then it happens, then you're suffering twice, right? Where you could only suffer one time. And really, I don't want anybody to suffer. Yeah, don't worry. Be happy, literally. Because the thing is that, okay, the media, the propaganda, they're gonna start going, when we pull back our energy, and that's what we're doing, it is all a game. Yeah, when we pull back our energy, these companies or whatever news outlets, whatever they are, whoever's behind this shit, they're going to really, really start to trigger us with some type of big scam or something like that. The best way is not to play, but basically, for it to stay in a simulation, they need our complicit energy and our complicit belief, like just believing and obeying without question, which is extremely dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they don't like people that that the gateway process doesn't work on, aka you. They don't, you know, this is why you were tested and put in programs as a child. And most of you could have had testing that was done on you that you're shall we play a game? Yes, I do remember that. Some of you guys were in government testing that they didn't even tell your parents about. I do feel like they were trying to shut down people's pineal glands, you know, in the 1980s, 1990s. And so they started introducing things into toothpaste and other types of products. Yeah, they did put you in tests as a kid. Me too. Me too. So yeah, so you know, the gang stalking is a part of this propaganda. Energy weapons as well. Yeah, absolutely. Um, you know, the energy weapons, if you can get a hold of some black tourmaline. I think I've got some literally right here. Yeah, this is black tourmaline. You can get it in bracelet form. It kind of looks cool in the raw form. Yes. Hi. So God wants you to know that no matter what people are saying, no matter what the media is telling you, that and no matter what energy you're receiving from the media, that God wants you to put your energy into God instead of putting, and by doing that, you're plugging out of the matrix, basically. Yeah, they tested you guys. I knew that they tested you guys all in school, and they called them hearing tests and stuff like that, but they were literally trying to see which ones of us could hear certain frequencies that are out of the human range. And then the thing is that these gang stalkers, because they're scientifically experimenting on you guys, they've been experimenting on you guys for a long time. They're not treating you guys with humanity because they don't consider you guys to be human, basically. Why do I do all caps? Oh, just because it's easier for me. But yeah, it's for me, it's easier to read, and it's just easier to type. Yeah, you guys being able to plug out of the system really pisses these people off. They're definitely in the 5 of Cups and many regrets. Yeah, cloaking is good. Cloaking is good because you're just wanting to cover yourself, but the Holy Spirit has always always covered you. That's why these people, that's why Spirit is saying literally, when we pull our energy back and we start to use our kundalini and rise out of this experience, these government agencies and whatever's behind them is going to lose their shit. Because then it's like literally, it's not a war on machines, but it's a war on just very greedy, selfish people. Special education classes were forced on kids that would not conform. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And basically, you know, the whole Pledge of Allegiance, I'm not saying anything bad about it, but I will say that the Pledge of Allegiance is a vow that you're making to God. And so that's one reason why I think that illegal immigrants shouldn't be here, because if they have not taken the Pledge of Allegiance, which is still not something I 100% agree on, you should be creating vows and contracts with God over that. But yeah, still, it's signing your life over to America. And they have you do it at a young age. And the people that are immigrants, they don't have any like loyalty to America because they're not forced to take that vow or whatever. And so it makes them actually kind of dangerous to be here for everybody, to be quite honest. Absolutely. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of people that, or a lot of entities that watch this, because we're uniting. All of us, we're like, each one of us is like a light bulb in a dark room. And then when all of these lights turn on, people start to see the bigger picture. And so we're basically turning our light on and using it. Now, somebody could be ending some type of marriage or love arrangement. I'm really getting up on, I'm getting that they're going to take it up another level with the noise harassment and stuff like that. But some of you guys may be in different places, like energetically. Now, when they can't find you energetically, they're going to freak out. Yeah, we're all a beacon unto others. And we're basically guiding other people's to the light. And I feel like that's the contract that we have with God right here. Yeah, trying to put God and state in the same category and power and control. That's like trying to put religion and state in the same category, which is not supposed to be done. And so I definitely disagree with that. I think they should change up the words of the Pledge of Allegiance a little bit, you know what I mean? Because the whole part of it with God, I mean, that's kind of offensive. But if you take an allegiance with one country, then then basically if that country goes to war with another country, then it makes you an enemy of somebody else. And the whole drama with the Middle East, I want you guys to not pay attention to that. I feel like that's being intentionally done. Yeah, this is definitely God's world. And the thing is that, okay, Israel may be the chosen people, but the thing is that God does love all of its creation. So we can't just say like, well, God loves them and doesn't love them, so we're going to protect these people, but these people God just doesn't. And that's really not true. God does love every part of its creation, and God will sit around forever waiting for people to wake up and come back to the light. Okay, it's very, very rare that God will walk away and abandon you. And I really feel like people that feel like they have that experience, it's because they were never being legit to God in the first place. Whatever they were saying, they were not intending. I mean, and God will even allow you to make mistakes and rack up karma and stuff like that so you can learn. That's how loving God is. God's not going to take, your free will away or the free will of others away. And that's what makes the game of life kind of exciting, because we all have free will. But when we use our free will to do the right thing, people get mad. They start stalking. Yeah, Trump modern day King Babylon. No shit. I mean, and the thing is like, sometimes the better option is still not the end all be all. Like, there's never going to be just one ruler that makes everything right, especially if we keep dividing the country with Democrat, Republican. But yeah, they are wanting to work towards some type of one world order, but they're doing it in the wrong way. And I feel like whoever this is that's gang stalking you is experiencing setbacks. You guys also could be literally twin flames, right? You guys could be twin flames. And so you being a twin flame, Ooh, they don't want to get this to get out. They're freaking out. Okay, because part of the ascension process has to do with the twin flame energy. Wow. You found out that Trump's great uncle inherited time travel portals everywhere now. That would not surprise me, to be quite honest. I feel like we're entering into a period where people are gonna end up beating death in every type of way. So yeah, this whole you guys being like the perfect match, somebody wants to come in and ruin this before it can happen, but they're experiencing losses. Yeah, they don't want that information out because once you know you're a twin flame, you're going to leave whatever abusive or negative partnership you've been in. And then basically, you know, I will not vote pro God, not pro man. Exactly. Um, and it's a threat because part of the ascension plan for the planet is the twin flames to come back together because they're unifying into one soul, and that twin flame energy ascends. It brings the oneness of God to the planet. So that's why even back in the day when two people were in love, society would do everything they could do to keep those people away from each other, like marrying them off to other people. So you guys could be very worthy candidates, like what is it called? Like, I don't say like bachelor, bachelorettes, but you guys could be worthy candidates and divine beings. And so, yeah, they definitely they feel like they can keep divine beings trapped with a spouse or somebody that's not for them. You know what I mean? Yes, absolutely. When people do witchcraft on you, they send that energy and that energy stalks your life. She's obsessed with you in your light. Yeah. That's why you're single. This is exactly it. And that's another thing is they don't like, you'll know that when you're with, yeah, it all goes back to them. You'll know that when you're with your twin flame, that you are protected, completely covered and protected, but still doesn't stop them from throwing a fit and wanting to know everything about it. Yeah, you've been celibate for 20 years. Also, these people have been trying to get to wherever you're at to plant some type of device that will inform them when you are leaving this dimension or whatever. Okay, whatever this device is, it's either not like the spirits are doing something to it, the archangels are doing something. Yeah, they can't come near you. It's for some reason they're not able to get this over on you, which is good, but the fact that they're still trying. And the gang stalking doesn't necessarily mean a bunch of people come together and talk about how they're going to gang stalk you. It means that there are higher dimensional spirits that will jump in somebody's body and then use them as a vessel to be a monitoring spirit, right? And so that's why some of these gang stalkers don't even, they're stalking you because they're possessed, but they are not stalking you. They're not getting up and within groups of people and saying, okay, I'm going to stalk so-and-so. Yes, they know how to dance through dimensions. Exactly. But these beings in the time of Atlantis, there was technology being done, by a reptilian race. They were working on using the sun and crystals, and they wanted to basically merge the dimensions so they could get out of this lower dimension that they're trapped in. And it didn't work. It was a tragedy. That's why Atlantis got sunk, because of the experiments they were doing. But these same beings, straight up, still right now, these same beings welcome in, Samantha, want to basically, they're monitoring you because they're waiting for the shift to happen. They want to jump onto your energy and ride that wave of ascension with you. Like literally thinking that, okay, the archons are, as you go through all of these archon gates and these star gates, not even realizing that their vibration is so low that as soon as they try to go through that gate, they're going to get held back. It's like kind of like being held back in school. It's not, they try to graduate. Nope, they're getting held back because they didn't actually do the work. So that's what it is. Hi, I hope you guys are having a good day. So yeah, that's what it is. They basically want to get into heaven, and they know that you guys are headed that way. They also want an access to this new earth that we're all creating. And they want this shit bad. Like it's basically already been prophesized that these other beings I don't care if they're part of your bloodline. If they are not for the highest and best good of you, they're not going to be able to come with you. And so that's why when you guys are getting gang stalked, it's more of these spirits that are taking over people's bodies. And I know that sounds really crazy and scary, but that's going to help you make some sense of it. Yeah, you know what? God forgives you. This is the thing, is that you guys are favored, and that favor is one reason why God's always looking out for you. Also, you have archangels around you. Every time that I see all of the archangels showing up for you, like that's habitual. They're always going to show up for you. You guys are never going to be walking this journey alone. And that's because God's basically leading you step by step towards how you need to get out of the matrix, because, God can manifest through the matrix and the simulation, but God is not the matrix and the simulation, even though it's part of God's creation, if that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? If you feel bad, Kiwi Kid, you can always just pray, continue to pray, and then continue to forgive yourself. Because if God's not holding anything against you, and trust me, we all get frustrated, Yeah, nothing negative is going to get to you guys. These people are losing, literally. They're disappointed in love and in friendship. This person could have wanted to ensnare you in something. This is because of the work that you do. Like I said, the work that you guys do in the future is going to change the world. It's going to literally liberate the whole planet, and it may help everybody ascend. So yeah, it's just wild. It's really, really wild. I also hear that it's okay. So if you guys have not been guided to go to that many concerts or performances or whatever, it's because there's an energy behind it. I just recently went to a concert and I cleared the energy that was behind the concert. Yeah, God's going to help you guys wake up. I cleared that energy that was behind that performance, and it made the performance not bad, where it would have, I don't know what would have happened had that energy not been cleared. But yeah, so I feel like, there are artists that are performing. Maybe they know they had these energies, maybe they don't know. But it definitely has to do with your work. You being self-sufficient with a leg up, having your money and possessions are safe, you guys. If you guys were ever worried about somebody coming to take something from you, no. They're just gang stalking you so that they can see. Because the more that we fall in love with money and materialism, which there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has the right to live their life how they want. But the more that we buy into things of this world, the more that this world traps us. The Futurama, where the lizards steal Madison Square Garden. Oh, I haven't seen that one. To try to get into another dimension, they want to steal the cube, basically. Yes, absolutely. And if the cube helps transmute the dimensions, then that would be very interesting, because it makes sense. Saturn being over rules, regulations, time, death, all of that. Oh, thank you, Kiwi Kid. I'm glad that you're starting to feel better. But yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I definitely don't have a husband, but we'll just keep that between us. But yeah, for my future husband, if I ever have one. But yeah, Saturn's grandson, exactly. The cube. Okay, you guys know how the black cube of Saturn is put into everything. Like, it's put into so many different cities, all of their designs and stuff, like all their building designs. There's a reason for that. I do feel like in general, we still worship Saturn in some type of way. Lilith was in your room last night. You called her last night and woke up to a female presence. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so in my dream, I had a dream where I went into my mirror. Like, it was this creepy mirror I had when I was a child, like real old school. And it was oval. I went into it and I could go into other alternate realities of myself. The one that I went into, I was like a 16-year-old girl, and I was standing there looking at a pregnancy test that was positive. And if you know me, I don't have kids. So I was like, oh, hell no, I'm getting out of this reality. So I went back to the mirror to go into the mirror. And I tried to take a cat with me that was in my bedroom, and the cat was like unalived when I went through the mirror. So yeah, there is definitely a symbology. There's definitely some symbols about the mirror, because I do feel like there is some type of, I don't know if it's a dark metal or whatever, but there's some type of mirror that they're using to manifest portals with. Yeah, that's why they dig in these mines and take the elements from their own secret uses. Exactly. Yeah. Oh. Oh. No, you're awesome, Kiwi Kid. No worries. Yes, yeah, we definitely pray for you guys. It is Black Mirrors, just like the TV show. Liz has been wanting you, and you did not trust her, but you do now. Yeah, Lilith is definitely not a threat. But they don't want you to know that, because Lilith is all about self-empowerment, and is definitely like all about self-empowerment and not about, I don't know, demons. People basically, yes, yeah. Black mirrors are scrying tools, but they're using them to manifest portals, which is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. And this is like, I think that the people that are doing the occult, they just like keep experimenting. Yeah, mirror portals. They keep experimenting. They want to open these portals in your guys' life to keep your frequency down. And so, again, they're using some type of dark mirror type energy, or maybe it's something that is a black substance that it could be gazed into. Look at this justice card popping out for you guys. The 5 of Cups and the Justice. You guys are receiving justice at this time, and you guys are receiving the truth. You're getting little bits and pieces. Like, I'm here to just help you get the clues to put your own puzzle together. But yeah, you guys are starting to figure out that you're self-sufficient, that you have God, that you don't need other people that really were banking on you needing them are really disappointed. And you're receiving this justice at this time, which means the scales are going to be even. And whoever's been trying to financially restrict you, they're going to be broke on their ass, literally. And we don't ever want to see anybody broke or failing, because that's just not fun. To watch people suffer is shit, That's why I would say to keep your frequency high. Don't buy into the hype of what they're saying on all of the news platforms. You know what I'm saying? Because they're putting those like bait words out to get you guys to engage in fear. Yes. And knowing that what's yours is safe, that God's got you covered. Literally. That's why these people are experiencing so many setbacks right now. Not only are they set back from, and again, why don't these higher dimensional beings, okay, first of all, they serve a false God. But if they were to figure out that false AI God that they're worshiping is just an AI, that's why I was comparing it to that creature in Doctor Strange that's like a broken down computer type thing in like another dimension. That's the type of energy that I pick up, that these things, these beings, archons, whatever you want to call them, that they work for. I used to call them space lizards, but yeah, the lizards want to ride you to heaven. That's exactly it. Okay. And so this is why they're also using these time travel devices or whatever to try to go back in history and to tamper with your lineage so that they could gain possession of you, and it's not working. Yeah, I'm not into lizards. Exactly. I mean, dragons, whole different story. I love me some dragons. Like literally every time, air dragon, fire dragon, water dragon. I'm obsessed with dragons. I love them. But they're definitely protective and safe. I'm also hearing that the fairy world is like got your back to the point where this little, I don't know what to call them, little people, because these fairies don't have wings. I think you guys have seen them. They're literally tearing somebody's life up right now. They are really beautiful. They're tearing somebody's life up right now for coming for you. And so these fairies are not like, they don't put up with shit. They are definitely doing magic on this person that's trying to get access to your energy. See, they want you to succeed because they know that basically you're a part of their lineage. If you succeed in your mission here, then they also get the benefits of that. Puckwudgies, yeah, puckwudgies and fairies, absolutely, absolutely. So these other people, God also is saying, don't look out for the destruction of your enemies. Just know that when you see these people fall, that is God taking care of it. Yeah, you call them your little Ewoks. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. But they really love nature, right? And so they're kind of freaking out. Like, they also see you guys as healers and shamans, people that can definitely, heal the simulation. Because once we all wake up from the simulation doesn't serve us anymore. And then we can take a more active role in creating our realities. Yes, dragons are extremely powerful guardians. So again, this person that's very worldly and jaded, this Page of Cups, you're receiving justice because this person, this is somebody that loves clothing. They believe that a tag, like a clothing tag or a brand, is, I don't know if it's how you express yourself. This is somebody that's obsessed with finances. They can see. I'm also hearing Saint Germain tell me that finances are coming to the chosen in miraculous ways. Yeah, you guys have been breaking curses on your bloodline, literally. Yeah, it's been in miraculous ways. And also, God is ready to bring in another group of twin flame energies. Look at this. These people, this person that wanted to bring you this bullshit offer is carrying a 10 of wands. I do think that you guys know who this is. This is definitely somebody that, they act like they're sympathetic to other people, but they're really worldly and jaded. Yes. Yeah. That time. See, what they were doing with the time travel and with trying to mess with your lineage is they were trying to keep you stuck in an old mind frame of where you're constantly struggling. And that's not part of your guys' future. So, I don't know why these beings are so used to just manipulating shit that they don't think to look for God because they worship Marmaduke or whatever the thing was called. They worship that thing that's not God. So that's where they're getting their information from. So this is one reason why some of these beings, and this is one reason why, Kiwi Kid, you could be feeling frustrated with God. It could be that you were connecting with that thing in another dimension. But the Most High God will speak to you through feelings, through thoughts, through visions, through dreams, that type of way. I never hear just like a crackling voice that comes from the sky that says shit. It's always something inside of me that's communicating. And then I'll feel a really big pull, and then the energy just comes through, and whatever the message is. Yeah, Marduk, Saturn, Kronos. Yeah. I didn't know that Marduk was associated with Saturn, but it would make sense. And Tiamat. So Tiamat is part of our planet. Okay, especially over in Asia, why feng shui is so important is because of that Tiamat dragon energy that's inside the earth. Yeah, you know why they won't let God talk to you, because that's exactly what I'm saying. God doesn't talk. Like whatever that other thing is, definitely does. Marduk has gone off planet for sure. Yeah. Oh, Saturn and Marduk is not related. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, he's the Yahweh God. Very well could be. I mean, literally could have been a computer that named itself. But yeah, everything's a reflection of something else. And so I feel like people are shooting blanks because they don't know how to attack your guys' life. Yeah, they were in ancient Sumer for sure. They don't know how to attack your guys' life. Where before you guys were easily triggered and you would when they would bait you with fear, you would just give up your energy. Now these beings and these people in the entertainment industry and in the whatever it's called, propaganda, wherever our news comes from, they illused us. Seriously. Mary Magdalena and her dragon, a beautiful story of her true power. Wow, girl gone. Yes, I love Mary of Magdalena. I love everything about her. I'm obsessed with, and reading her life. It's just so interesting. Yeah, but we're still being loose. Seriously, God's wanting you to know that basically you're free from this negative influence. These people that worship this false god or any other Baal or Moloch or whatever, they're carrying a 10 of wands. It's a burden for them, you know, these what they have to do. Yeah, you saw that they made an AI based off of you. Yeah, they probably did that off of a lot of people. This is just like what type of technology they create. They can create like a sentient cloud version of yourself. Yeah. Yeah, but you can, yes, you can protect yourself by having your energy taken just by calling it back to yourself and by not giving consent. Because a lot of this stuff has to work on consent, but they get you to give in consent anytime that they buy your energy. Anytime that you tune into the news and you start talking about it. And I'm not saying all news is fake and bad or whatever, but it is created basically, yeah, that like loving your present, it's basically created to trigger you guys. And so that's why I want you guys to know that they're intentionally trying to trigger you with this war crap, and that if we don't want war, us collectively, we can choose peace. Okay. And so that's one thing that they don't want us to know. You guys definitely have a feminine energy, a Queen of Swords in the reverse. This person's a perfectionist. Yeah, we refuse war. War does not bring peace. How in the hell? This is okay. Going to war is like slapping your child, and I don't condone that in any type of way. There's no need for violence. It's like slapping your child and then telling your child, like, this is a metaphor. Slapping your child and then telling your child not to hit nobody. You know what I mean? War brings money, but it also depletes money, and it depletes the world, this planet, of its resources. And it also destroys a lot. I don't believe in nuclear weapons. I feel like they should never have been allowed. Any type of weapon that kills nature should not be allowed in any type of way. That's just the way I feel. Yeah, I don't give consent to anyone or anything to access your power, light, and kingdom. Amen. There you go. The demiurge got false god. That's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it. So you guys have a Queen of Swords in the reverse. This person conceals, I don't think that's a real word, conceals her true emotions. She's like into vicious gossip, betrayal. Not a true friend. This could be somebody that maybe you cut them off, because I really feel like this person could have slept with your man or your woman in the past or something like that. This person's extremely envious of you, and they want what you have, but they don't know how to attain what you have. Yeah, they got cut off. This person is definitely crying about it because they're left carrying this 10 of wands, and that's basically justice for you. Yeah, stole a partner from you. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And God, see how God is so good? God is so good that this person could come in and literally steal a partner from you that's a piece of shit anyways. And it'll end up working out for your highest and best good anyways. You know what I mean? Yes, this person always wants what you have. They want this magician energy. You could end up having this person contact you and ask you to teach them magic. I would, if you know any type of magic, just keep it to yourself. Don't teach other people. A lot of practitioners find that when they start teaching other people about herbs and whatever else is used, then that's when they start to rack up a lot of negative karma, because yes, Ragnarok, she does want your energy, because they basically, it's like almost like a mentorship. If God's like, okay, well, look what your mentor is doing. So that's why, when you guys have knowledge, unless it's your person, your twin flame that you're teaching this spiritual stuff to, I wouldn't give it away to anybody, because somebody's going to try to make a book out of it, and they're going to just like telephone the crap out of it. Yeah, they're definitely in deep shit. But the thing is like, they got what they wanted. They got your partner, they got your spouse, they got your friend, whatever these people wanted to take from you, or this person. They got it, and they're not happy with it. Well, duh. It just basically freed you up to move forward and to enter into your own power. These people are stuck in the 5 of Wands, arguing, competing. Somebody is really trying to compete with the divine masculine. And this is somebody that's not even a masculine energy, but they want divine masculine so bad. Also, these people they have secret opposition to your plans, but again, this is not going to be successful. Yeah, it was just to hurt you. and to make you feel like you were less than because these people saw you as more. They saw you as, oh yeah, I'm sorry that you miss Elizabeth. That's definitely hard to lose somebody. But if it's a fake friend or if it's a fake person or somebody that can be taken over by, and this is why we forgive anybody under witchcraft. But if somebody can be taken over by a spirit to monitor you, that's the type of energy that I'm getting. You know what I mean? The thing is that these people feel like they need to make you poor in the physical because they feel like you're rich in the spirit. Like in the spirit, God doesn't have shit for these people because they've ruined it all. But for you, you have a destiny that's not been ruined. So technically you're rich in the spirit. That's why they want to make you feel poor in the physical. You know what I mean? Look at that. They're in the tower for this. Yeah. But no, yeah, I do agree. Be careful who you tell about your gifts and powers, but still, I want you guys to know that if God or the divine or your higher self calls you to share those gifts with the world, you have to know that you're going to be protected no matter what, okay? Because God's not going to put you in your purpose, tell you to help other people and then not shield you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. There's a lot of people that know about you guys because of the spies. Yeah. Yeah. And you shared wisdom to many people. And when you guys are called to share your wisdom, do so. But if you guys ever feel that feeling like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't say that, if you ever pick up on that, then you could be dealing with somebody that's a monitoring spirit that has, connection to something demonic or archonish or something like that. And I don't even want to say demonic, like, because there's more people that act demonic than there are demonic spirits. You know what I mean? Oh my God, the monitoring spirit card, the Page of Swords. Seriously, for spying on you, these people are in the tower, major tower for spying on you. Yeah, definitely ignore it. Major tower. I mean, this is ridiculous. To make you okay. So you know how you guys are the center of your own life? These people make you the center of their own life instead of making themselves the center of their own life. That's why they get caught up. Yes. Yeah, something is going to come financially towards you. And these people have been trying to stop. Like, who in the hell is going to stop Saint Germain from bringing a blessing to the chosen? Like, I doubt it. You know what I mean? But they're definitely focused on you. But so are the archangels and ascended masters. That's why I don't want you guys to be afraid or in any type of worry, because all that's going to do is keep, like, basically, God wants you to ascend and get out of the simulation. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, fashionista. That is really ridiculous. I'm glad that you're able to catch me while I'm on, though. Yeah, they don't want you to have resources because you'll be funding groups to stop child trafficking for sure. Yeah. It's not just that, but you'll be helping feed the homeless and do other things too. And so they don't want you to have the finances to get, because again, I feel like homelessness is almost intentional at this point. People will try to make people homeless, not realizing. And this is why, practitioners, they go into the spirit to look to see who somebody is, since 2018. So I wonder, Kiwi Kid, if there was something that happened in 2018 that triggered this energy, because that's what I'm picking up. Somebody that you were around in 2018 definitely triggered this bad luck streak. And that's what I want to feel like it is. It's like it's bad luck with finances, which could be when money comes in. Like, bad luck with finances is like when money comes in, it has to get paid out immediately with like a bill or something, so you're not able to save. That's the type of energy that I'm picking up was triggered. And then a past life trauma as well, where, it's like you could have the experience just one time of not being able to pay your rent, and you could carry that trauma the rest of your life. So that's why I want you guys to heal and let go of that and start leaning on God, and stop giving your hope to these false prophets and people in politics and shit like that, because you're giving your power away anytime you jump in the boat with them. And I do understand that, nobody is perfect. Like none of us are perfect, but we're trying to do the best that we can. And that's all that God's really asking of us, you know? Yeah, it's definitely not your energy, Kiwi Kid. It's something that someone you or that you're around. I mean, I'm picking up like a masculine energy in 2018. And this person's been a leech to you ever since. A lot of people lost their good luck charm and their favor. And that's why you never know how much influence you have. Like you could literally, when you stop loving somebody, the world stops loving them. And I know that sounds narcissistic, but it's just the way that favor works. It's like the only reason that that person was getting a slide anyways is because you were loving them. So God's like, okay, well, you know, I love everything too. So it just aligns with that. But when you pull your favor away, then it causes everything around that person to question that person. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what I picked up on too. You know, that politics, all this shit, most of it's gaslighting and most of it's lies. Illusions, 7 of Cups illusions. Literally, most of it is gaslighting and lies. You know, they want us to be afraid right now. It's crazy. They want us to be afraid. So don't be afraid. Know that if anything was going to ever happen to any country, that no matter what, the aliens would come here and take the chosen off the planet. So you guys have nothing to worry about. Look at this. These people's wishes and hopes go unfulfilled. Literally, about bringing these illusions, it's unfulfilled for them. In the negative. It's not going to happen. This also talks about them trying to steal. It says possible robbery of theft of possessions. Someone cheats you out of money. This is what they're trying to do to people. They want people to react off of whatever drama. They want people to react and go into the stock market and start changing their stocks and stuff. Yeah, illusions do. And the thing is like these people wanting to paint these illusions, they're unaware of the fact that you guys see through this. Every time you guys see that this is just a bait and switch tactic. You know what I mean? Clowns. Yes. I love those emojis, you guys. Those are so cute, Amelia. Yeah, clowns and devil faces. And they're going to be really, really feeling off when they don't get your energy. Because when I say that the energy of the chosen is upholding the planet, it truly is. These other people are like almost like non-sentient PCs or something. Like they don't really contribute to things like we do. And I'm not saying that to be egotistical. It's just that's what I pick up on. Is that when they're asleep in the matrix, they don't have the ability to contribute to the positivity of mankind. This also 7 of Wands in the reverse. This talks about, you know, a warning. It says confusion will be your greatest enemy. These people are giving into the demands of others. They'll expect you guys to always give in to the demands of others and to give in to the demands of authority. And no, this is a new day and age where we're not giving our power away. This is why when people say that they're woke, I don't know what they're talking about, because what I consider to be woke is somebody that knows about what we're talking about today, right? Yeah, we don't agree with the BS and we don't even believe in it, so we're not going to put our energy into it. That's being woke. That's being aware, you know? Yeah, this new woke stuff. I mean, and again, it started out with, you know, fighting for African American rights. And then it turned into something else with the LGBTQ plus. And so they kind of morphed it into something else. But I don't feel like that type of stuff is being woke. I feel like that's being trapped in the system. Yeah, it got taken over by weirdos. I feel like what being woke is realizing that we are God, that our higher self is God, that we are connected to the Holy Spirit, that we are divine. And not only that we're in a simulation, and through it's our working on ourselves that's going to get us out of the simulation, get everybody else out of the situation. And simulation, because simulation is a situation. Look at this, 10 of Pentacles. And the world has banked on keeping you in this illusionary reality. If they can keep you focusing on this 10 of Pentacles, then you're not going to be asking questions about your higher self and wanting to do the right thing and clear up your karma and shit like that. Yeah, you notice everything went bad for you after Jewel Miller came to your congregation and he pulled his hand away. Wow, when you went up to him, all smiles to shake his hand, he gave you a terrible stare. Okay, yeah, that's definitely. Also, Kiwi Kid, if you had anybody that tried to rub elbows with you, or maybe they elbowed you or did something to your elbow, that's another way of trying to steal somebody's finances. Yeah, we are our higher selves already. And that's the thing is that, we have a greater aspect of ourselves. And the more we tap into that, it basically is the opposite of the matrix. It's like we tap into the real reality when we go within. Look at this 8 of Cups. These people, when they don't get this morale energy out of you, they're going to have to 8 of Cups and walk away from the situation completely. I mean completely. Like how I said, the archons are not doing anything to anybody anymore. Yeah. Yeah. And you guys, like, I've always been reading for the Watchers and for all sorts of different spiritual beings that have fallen to this earth. And they're basically, you guys are all here to help it's like you guys know the way. So you know how to get to the new earth. These other people cannot even conceive it yet. So what you're going to be doing is helping the people who are meant to go into the new earth. You're going to be the bridge that basically is between them and the new earth until they're able to, and when they get to the new earth, they'll be able to sustain their own frequency. But yeah, you're going to be helping and guiding people. Stewards, there you go. It's a perfect word. And so that's why you guys are being met with so much resistance, because they want to keep people stuck in this reincarnation cycle on earth. And they don't want people not going into the false light when they die. They want total control and domination. Knight of Cups. Yeah. Beware of somebody wanting to come in with a new love offer. I feel like these love offers that people were making to you, these gestures, for some reason, I get the energy of somebody giving you a little bit of help than trying to look down their nose at you like you ain't shit because they helped you or something, which is weird. Yeah, exactly. With Kundalini awakening, you don't come back to the matrix. That's exactly it. I mean, you can still see it and know that it's there, but you won't be stuck in it. You won't be interacting with it in the same way. The 6 of Pentacles. This is literally somebody wanting to bring in a love offer to breadcrumb you. I just laugh at this because you guys are not this stupid. Like, you guys would not fall for this. You would see right through this person. The 6 of Pentacles breadcrumbing energy is because they feel like you guys have too much power, have too much light, have too much money, whatever this is. They're also afraid of what you do for work and what you're going to do for work. How one book, and I'm not talking about the Bible, how one book that hasn't been written yet could basically change the trajectory of the human race. And so, that's all of the populace, and not just the human race, but also the extraterrestrials and the way that they think, because they don't follow religion like we do. Look at this. The Lovers. This totally has to do with a love union. Like I was saying, twin flame ascension completely has to do with twin flame ascension and literally bringing back that oneness of God to the planet. So this love union, and again, some people are twin. It's not always a lover situation. With a twin flame, you could have a brother or sister that's a twin flame. You are writing a book, good. You could have a brother or sister or a parent that's a twin flame. You could have a friend that's a twin flame. Okay, but I am picking up that this is a romantic twin flame partnership, and it could just be you guys talking on the internet or meeting on the internet that completes this mission. You know what I'm saying? Wow, you've been writing a book for a while too. Good for you guys. That's amazing. That is amazing. Continue the good work, because literally you're going to get everything that you want and deserve, and you're not going to have to sacrifice anything for that. And I think that's what these people want you to make sacrifices and choices, and they want you to lower your self-esteem and lower your values and stuff like that, so that these people would be appropriate. And these people just don't get it. They don't get it. That sending in low vibrational people to gang stalk you, this is what these entities don't understand. By hijacking these lower vibrational people, to stalk you? And secondly, why are there so many high dimensional beings that want to have a love romance with you? Don't you guys think that that's kind of weird? Why they keep coming down and jumping into people's bodies to come be with you guys? Like, that's kind of fucking scary. But yeah, you do know why? Okay, good. At least one of us knows why. But yeah, you pray you're able to pay your rent. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Start praying for your girlfriend. Okay. Because wow. Wow. Yeah. Definitely keep praying and pray for the people that you love, because prayer is something that is powerful and it does work. And it's one out of many tools. I feel like you guys meditate quite often, so you guys are gaining that control over your mind, and you'll know when something tries to hijack that control. Also, never show any type of brain scan that you may have to anybody else. I feel like there may be a hospital that's sharing y'all's test results with somebody, which is extremely inappropriate. Yes, they want to join the family. That's exactly it. Thinking that if they join the family of Christ, then they're going to be forgiven of their sins. Well, kind of, but that's still not going to happen. Yes. You reached out to the psychic mediums you can since 2018. Yeah. You just had a CAT scan done. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. I specifically MRIs and CAT scans. They're looking at, and what are the things that they do? And they put stuff on your heart and they monitor your heart. It's some type of circadian rhythm that they're looking for, because they feel like if they can have access and manipulate and control your body's natural frequency and rhythm, then they're going to be able to hack your brain and your system. So, yeah. 5 of Pentacles. This is what I'm saying. Okay. This energy that they keep trying to bring you to, and breadcrumbing, and Kiwi Kid, I would apply for what is it called? Welfare housing, whatever it's called. Because I get that you would fall into the category of somebody that could be approved for that. I don't know if it's called government housing. So yeah, so September 2019 is when they started making you smell terrible. Okay, that's definitely, 2018 is when they started the magic. Is what I'm picking up. So it could have taken a bit to build up in your system. Oh, about the psych ward. Okay, let me look. Yes. Yeah, sharing your brain scam. That's ridiculous. And yeah, they definitely want to put you guys in a psych ward, because then they're going to be able to do all the testing that they want, and they'll be able to basically, well, in their minds, they can use science against you. This 5 of Pentacles energy. Okay, I want you guys to start reading Psalm 23, because these people, these entities keep trying to put you in poverty and homelessness, and that is not what your destiny is. So continue to read Psalm 23. It just helps. Psalm 23 helps you understand how God has got you on every level. And then spend a little bit of time a day showing gratitude to the people, the things, and the places, like getting a gratitude journal, just writing down things that you're grateful for. The more that you can do that, the more you're going to enter into the energy of abundance, because abundance and gratitude are connected. This death energy that's been following you guys around is not even here to do anything to you. It's literally here to protect you from these people. But yeah, these people are going to be experiencing homelessness and an ending, and possibly even jail, because again, it's illegal to share people's doctor results and shit like that with others. So yeah, you guys are definitely protected. Let's see if anything else needs to come out. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen the Grim Reaper protecting me as well, and which is a beautiful thing. I used to get really scared of the stuff that I would see, until I realized that most of the shit I was seeing was my ancestors and my spirit guides. And I was just terrified at them, because it looks like something like a Grim Reaper, but it's actually positive. Yeah, so these people, they're going to go into anxiety and debt, and this is a spiritual debt. Okay? So these people really do owe you. They may try to make amends, but if they don't, I don't want you to sit around waiting for somebody to make amends, cuz they may not get the whole picture of why they're suffering until it's too late, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I also feel like somebody's parents need to apologize to them. Like straight up, if they're still alive, they need to apologize. One reason why they're going to be judged so harshly, or they are being judged so harshly in the afterlife, is because they never apologized. And beware of somebody that is wanting to, like, it gives me the energy of like cheat off of your tests, like copy you in some type of way. Yeah, I pray that you guys continue on your journey and continue to awaken the masses. Yeah, look at this. 3 of Wands, your guys' creative goals and all that stuff is going to be fulfilled. These people do not stand a chance. So yeah, they're going to definitely be led into disappointment while you guys are led into success. These people also are going to lose the ability to bear children. And again, because they sacrifice so many of their children to Moloch or Baal, it's like these people are experiencing unrequited love with you guys because you're not loving them back, because you see through their BS, basically. Yeah, you can see that someone wants your knowledge to copy that, absolutely, and to lie about being the prophet. They want to deceive. There's so many false prophets, and there's so many people that want, like I said, like I was telling you guys, that you have this Torah of information within you. You know what I mean? So literally, you have a whole Torah of information within you. These people want that spiritual information because it comes from the higher dimensions, and they don't have access to those dimensions to get that knowledge. You know what I mean? And each of us holds our own little piece of that knowledge. And when we put it all together, boom. Okay, Hakeem the Dream. Do you have a question? So yeah. Yeah, I want you guys to continue to ignore these people, because all they're going to do is bait you and try to get your energy. That's all they can do at this point. They can't infiltrate you. Again, the energy I was picking up behind, just don't, you may not, with some of your favorite celebrities, maybe you don't want to watch their live performances because there was an energy that was behind that. I definitely sniffed it out the other day. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, you guys. Okay, so Hakeem, if you have a question, go ahead and send that through. Because I'm getting ready to shut down the reading. But I am going to go over to my other platform, so you could definitely go over there. And hopefully you guys have a subscription to that platform. I use more of the oracle cards on that one. Okay, what's Izzy's current opinion, feelings towards you? What's been going on in her life? Does she regret her actions? Okay, so I immediately got no, she doesn't regret her actions, but she's also not in the right state of mind. I feel like she's partying a lot, or she's drinking. I'm feeling the feeling of being straight up inebriated, and I am obviously drinking Gatorade and coffee. So you're very welcome. Yeah, I sense a lot of angels around you, Ragnarok. A lot. Ones that we don't even have names for, too. Like death angels and stuff. Okay, Hakeem, so I'm going to use the Twin Flame Tarot. You guys are very welcome. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Know that God's got your back. Okay. So the thing about Izzy's energy is that I'm feeling extremely inebriated. So there's something about alcohol going on. I am feeling a lot of depression. So maybe she's like suppressing these emotions with alcohol, which will work. You can do that, but it's not a long-term, it's not a long-term fix for, you guys are so welcome. I love you so much. It's not a long-term fix for emotions. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed when you're upset and you drink, it could make it worse. That's kind of what I'm picking up on. I'm also feeling a masculine energy around her that is that provokes her. So you got two different energies that clash. King of Swords. Yeah, this person, they feel like they're logical and analytical, emotionally detached, strict, and serious authority. This King of Swords person is a person that's influencing her in a negative way. I definitely don't feel like this person, they continue to bring storms into her life. I'm picking up on a lot of arguments. I'm also picking up on money issues. So she could be going through some type of financial thing, Hakeem. She definitely wants somebody to fix her financial problem. Maybe this is a surgery she wants. There's something that she wants that costs a lot of money. She's asked this King of Swords for it, but they said no. Kind of wild. Justice. I'm not kidding. Consequences, karma, law, and integrity. This is what she's experiencing. She's getting hit with negative karma because she was given the option of and again, not to call you super divine, Hakeem, but she was given the option of somebody that's very materialistic and judgmental of this world. And she decided to walk away from you multiple times and then to kind of string you along. That's what I would call it, stringing somebody along, which is never kind to do to anybody. But yeah, the consequences, karma, law, and integrity. So her integrity is being tested at this time. Yes. Yes. Amen. Look at this strength coming out. This is a big lesson for this person. This is a big lesson for Izzy. I mean, she's learning. She's definitely learning that some things that may look a certain way are not a certain way. So I am definitely picking up on that. But okay, so what I'm hearing is that she's really trying to look for a rich person to get married to because she doesn't want to have to work anymore. She's been in the work field for a long time and she's just tired of it. She is the type of person that just wants to settle down and have children, but she keeps messing around with these energies, this King of Swords energy, which is not favorable. Now, the Page of Wands, she's very much in this Page of Wands energy, excitement, extrovert, energetic, fearless, creative ideas, right? So I feel like if she were to branch off on her own, she would do so much better, but she keeps this person in the loop with her life. I literally am smelling a cigarette and I do not smoke cigarettes. I'm like tasting a cigarette. That's disgusting. So maybe this person that she's with smokes and maybe they drink. Whatever it is, they're a bad influence on her. And I feel like she doesn't regret her actions because the karma has not catched up with her all the way. You got a random call from a different number. Was it her? I don't think that it was. Queen of Pentacles, like I said, this is how she wants to be. She wants to be pregnant. And literally, she's in the Page of Wands, but she wants to be the Queen of Pentacles. She wants to be somebody that's stable, secure, grounded, and all that. But, you know, her actions are leading her away from stability, basically. She wants to be, you know, have good business sense. So are you guys still working together? Because there's such an awkward energy with this person. It's like she's trying to avoid you, but can't stop thinking at you. So she's sending some type of telepathic message. What are her future actions towards you? Okay, let's see. I mean, I still get this off and on energy. She is like that Katy Perry song, you're hot and you're cold. You're yes and then you're no, then in, then out, up and down. I get that energy. And I don't think that this person's bipolar, but okay. So, you know, the thing is that she does have feelings for you still, but they don't override what she's feeling for this King of Swords energy, which is an illusion. Yeah. So yeah, she's, she sees herself as being very compassionate, a warm healer and intuitive person. Somebody that's very supportive. She feels like that's what she deserves back. But this King of Swords is not that. I feel like this King of Swords is about to abuse her. She may end up contacting the justice system to get rid of this person. All right, let's see what's coming in the future. Now that we have a timeline of what has happened. The moon, illusions and hidden confusion and secrets, uncertainty. So it's still saying that it's uncertain whether she's going to, because this is like kind of like a test for her, whether she's going to awaken or not. You know how I was telling you, Hakeem, that she is very much money driven. She likes finances. She likes money. She likes things of the material world. There's nothing wrong with that, but you're not obsessed with that. Yeah, you don't work together anymore. Okay. Yeah, you guys, the thing, Hakeem, is that the reason that you guys are not together now is because you would not cater to her financial, what she feels like a man should be doing for her financially. And this King of Swords is not doing it financially, but she's still wanting and looking for somebody that will financially provide for her so that she can just sit with the leg up and have children and not have to work. Knight of Wands. Yeah, this person, this Knight of Swords, they show up as a Knight of Swords because they're an asshole, this person that she's talking to. But this person's very impulsive and immature, hot-tempered, rebellious, and charming. So yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember, Kiwi Kid, pray Psalm 23 and Psalm 91. Both of those, I would pray them twice a day, in the morning and at night. And then anytime you start to have worry or thoughts about finances, read the Psalm again and contemplate on it, like meditate on it. Because it's full of Easter eggs of basically taking all the pressure off of you. And it's not that we're putting pressure on God, but God can deal with it. So this moon energy, I mean, I'm getting that this person is going out and partying. Maybe they even already have a child. They definitely want to have this bright starlight. They want to have this, what is it? Like being popular? I don't know what to call it. They want to live a life where they're in the limelight, where they're popular, where they're being perceived by others. And they want a man that's going to basically give them diamonds, give them this, give them that. And there's nothing wrong with being materialistic or seeking after money. But eventually this person's going to realize that money does not make happiness. Yeah. Well, she does think about you quite often. Okay, good. Good. Yes, I definitely will pray for you guys. This Ace of Cups is new love, feelings, emotional awakening, intuition, and spirituality. I feel like for her to accept you as a real partner, as a boyfriend or husband or anything like that, you would have to change core things about yourself that I don't feel like you should change. Okay. If anything, if you're really meant to be with this person, they'll get it together and they'll learn the lesson that money doesn't buy happiness. Okay. And it also doesn't buy loyalty either. Because this person, I'm telling you, they're not good to her. Yeah, I definitely pray that she gets out of your head, because I do feel like there's somebody so much better for you. This person is stuck in a cycle of physicality and materialism. They're stuck in that. And they're also stuck in the fear and lack of not being able to provide for themselves and others. So I do feel like, if you were to get back with this person, they would lower your frequency, basically. Yes, see, that's exactly it. Wow, what a beautiful revelation, Ragnarok. You're glad that you found your happiness before the riches came to you physically, found your spiritual wealth, but people keep cursing your material poverty. Yeah, they can curse all they want, but like I said, you know about the riches of God, and those riches will create a lot of money. So the time of you being in poverty is pretty much over. Spirit is saying that poverty, everything happens from the spiritual realm into the physical. But yeah, wouldn't it? See, if you would have had all the material success and thought that brought happiness, you would have been stuck in the matrix and in illusion. That's why it had to happen this way for you guys to awaken this way. So yeah. This guy that I'm picking up on that's in her life is maybe like 2 years older or 2 years younger, but they're about the same age, which is why this person's extremely immature. I mean, there are some men that are like, well, it straight up says impulsive and immature. There are some men that even when they're younger, they're more mature, but this is somebody that is not. They're about the same age. Yeah, you're showing up as Emperor energy. Okay, this other person's showing up as the Knight of Wands, King of Swords. This Ace of Cups to the Emperor, this is basically telling me that new love is coming towards you. And maybe, I don't know if you like to go out and dance. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but I'm seeing somebody dancing. When this new person comes in, you may end up doing a happy dance. Because, okay, you want somebody that not only is physically attractive, because obviously that's important, but you definitely want somebody that matches your frequency. You like dancing? Wow. Yeah, matches your frequency. You want somebody that matches your frequency. Hakeem, the type of woman that Izzy is or was is just not in alignment with your path. And so that's what I'm picking up on, is that God has somebody so much better for you if you'll let this person go. But again, she is being influenced by Jezebel. That's why I feel like she's on your mind a lot, because she's unknowingly sending you telepathic messages. 10 of Pentacles. Look at this. This is family, inheritance, legacy, foundations, and a higher commitment. So yeah, basically, if you walk away from this person, a higher commitment's going to come in, and you're going to also gain a 10 of Pentacles. And then at that point, when you gain this 10 of Pentacles with this new person, at that point, she's going to want to come back. The moment that she sees you very successful, because that's what she's looking for. She wants somebody that has money. For the love of money. And somebody that will see, I don't feel like you catered to her in the way she wanted, and that's why it didn't work out. Yeah, Ace of Wands, creativity, passion, new initiative, inspiration. This is going to be a new passion, a new love that comes into your life. And not only that, it's going to be the completion of your 10 of Pentacles, which is your family and legacy. So I pray that whatever bond was created that's unhealthy between you two, I pray that gets broken. And we ask that Archangel Michael specifically break all of us out of any unhealthy bonds or trauma bonds or any unhealthy relationships. I just literally heard she tells little white lies. So if you were to ask her about something, you also want somebody that's honest. So yeah. All right. What time frame are we looking at, Spirit? Why is it always the number 3? Can I ask that? Because number 3 is about mastery. It's about ascended mastery. Because I'm like asking, like, okay, when I ask about these love situations, why is it's either 3 weeks? I mean, sometimes it could be more than that, but 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years. And I'm like, well, why is it that always the number 3? And they're basically saying because the number 3 is the number of mastery, which is interesting. So yeah, I'm literally getting that, okay, Archangel Michael, after you extract this person, when is, I cut the deck on the Empress. Okay, when is this new energy coming in? Wow. 3 months. 3 months. That's not very long to wait. This 4 of Wands, home and reunion, stability and belonging, celebrations. This is somebody that you're going to be able to bring home to your family and that your family would actually accept. Like, yeah, your spirit has been the same since you met her, like a spiritual vampire. That's the Jezebel energy that I'm talking about. Yeah, definitely like a spiritual vampire. And when you can't get somebody out of your head and it's not because you're in love with them, then you have to know that there's some type of attachment happening, or that, there are people that are not actually people. Look at this. 9 of Cups, wishes fulfilled, contentment, and pleasure. So not only is this new person that's going to come in, they're going to literally be somebody you can take home with you and have a reunion with. I mean, that's basically like a marriage. And maybe you weren't even thinking about marriage, but this woman has always been thinking about that. And you're also going to have a family legacy with them. And that doesn't necessarily mean children if you don't want children. But I do feel like this new person you're going to want children with. Okay. Let's see if we can get a card. Yeah. So basically what you need to do right now is defend yourself from her energy. I would be praying and asking whatever source you believe in to protect you and stand your ground. Because like I said, when this woman starts to see you doing good with another person, Izzy's going to try to come back at that time or contact you or something like that. And at that point, it would only be to pull you backwards away from God, literally. And so you don't want that to happen. So defending yourself, protecting yourself, and standing your ground using temperance. It may be Shiva itself that protects you from this person. Peace and tranquility, balance, patience, and harmony. Yeah, exactly. This other person, I'll just say, Izzy does not know how to use temperance, and that's why I was picking up this inebriated feeling. Like she's under the influence of some type of spirit or substance. Page of Cups. Yeah, look at that. As I talk of it, there's the alcohol right there. So yeah, I was definitely picking up on alcohol. So continue to look for the future and then uninvite her energy. Like, okay, I pray and state that this person's no longer allowed to be in your energy. We have revoked any vows, agreements, spiritual contracts, anything that would be forcing your consent with this person to take your energy. We also rebuke them because they don't have good intentions, and we uninvite them from your life. They're no longer invited to come into your life and take energy from you. Okay, because this is what this person does. They go up under the moon and they harvest energy, but they do it through sex, some type of way. They do it through sex, and they can do it through sex, or they can do it through just talking to somebody. So that's really giving me Louisiana vampire like vibes for real. Okay, I want to get one more conclusion card for you, because I feel like it's really frustrating to have to wait, but you're being tested right now, whether you're going to say no to something that's not good for you. And I don't feel like this person's good for you because their intentions are to have you be their sugar daddy or something like that. Okay, that's what they're into. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're not judging anybody, but for your specific situation, you would not be able to take this person home. Your mother would not. Your family would know. They would definitely know that this person's on some devil shit. And so that's why this other person that's going to come into your life is so much better. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, teamwork, collaboration, efforts, and goals. So I really do feel like your spirit team is collaborating for you to help get rid of this person's energy, because something about it lingers, and there's also some type of smell that this person has that is lingering. I don't know what. It's like a fishy smell. That's kind of what I'm picking up on. It's definitely a spiritual scent. So if you've been having like the smell of fish or dirty feet or something, that's this person's energy lingering around. Also, I was picking up on she wants to get with a man that will pay for some type of cosmetic surgery. There's nothing wrong with cosmetic surgery, but she wants that. She should probably just get it herself. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to trap somebody. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're receiving clarity and truth, new ideas, victory, and triumph. So you're going to triumph over this person. And not to say that triumphing over them, but it's like basically, they were trying to use you financially. And that's why they've been that's why they've acted the way that they've acted. All right, one more, and then I'm going to shut the reading down. Look at this. Justice came out for you twice. So this person is experiencing consequences. Yes. Yeah. So the gang stalking is most likely going to continue, but you guys are going to just get better at defending yourself from it. And like literally, the whole point of gang stalking is to get you guys to engage in the matrix and to lower your vibration by having an argument or feeling paranoid or being afraid or whatever. And so, yeah, you guys are receiving justice. Like literally, these people that were gang stalking you guys, they're going to have to try harder to get your attention. And then when they do, it's just not going to be beneficial for them. It's not going to work out in the way that they want. So let's get one conclusion card for the gang stalking. We'll see what comes out. I do feel like karma is being served up and dished out to people. Yes, absolutely. I pray that her spirit is just removed. Yeah. Yeah, they basically, when you guys are calm and centered and grounded, you can climb that ladder and leave this consciousness. This is what I'm like literally seeing. That's why they're trying to stalk you so that they know when you're leaving so that they can try to hitch a ride spiritually. Yeah, I would say I would definitely what Ragnarok just said, Hakeem, pray Psalm 91 of Torah nightly. And I am going to have to read into the real Torah because I don't know what it says, but I do know that Psalm 91, yeah, I would definitely be reading it nightly because that moon card did come up. Okay, let's see. The Knight of Swords. Okay, so this just confirms that these gang stalkers are being taken over. The ones that are being taken over are part of the military or they're part of the government. So they're definitely gang stalk. Like, I'm not kidding. There's some type of higher objective to keep you guys from ascending. It's crazy. The King of Swords in the reverse. So the Knight of Swords with the King of Swords in the reverse. You're dealing with somebody who is a very cruel, sadistic, evil person. Okay, this is somebody that enjoys causing suffering and trouble for others. And this person also only looks out for their own interests. So, you know, there are also, these people are in a tower, but yeah, there was definitely a masculine energy that sent this gang stalker. And then these people are now at a major crossroads. These people could literally be going to the crossroads. Literally monitoring spirit asses. So if you guys ever notice like a swarm of flies, that's a monitoring spirit. Especially if you see those bugs turn into the shape of a spirit, that is a monitoring spirit. So do everything that you can to keep mosquitoes, flies, bugs, all that stuff, because that's what they're sending. You know, these entities try to, or these witches and warlocks, I guess with their entities, whatever. They're always trying to like send some weird shit. Was it a false pastor, clown, trickster energy? Yeah, you do have that in your energy, but I don't think that's all of it. I think that I feel like it's a, what are those people called? They're what are they called? It's not a pastor, but they're a preacher. I feel like they're a preacher. Ragnarok. I'm getting more preacher energy. Yes, yeah, we literally are having victories over this completely. Youth pastor. Okay. Yeah, somebody that wants to be a preacher though. They like literally want to take the upgrade that is yours. Nobody can take your upgrades. People are really weird. But they can sense it. They can sense that you're about to ascend and that's why they come in like, you know, and just be careful of the information that you reveal to people like that because you're dealing with competition, somebody that wants to compete with you for your own gifts. Like what? That's crazy. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. Know that I appreciate you so much. Okay, I'm sending you love, hugs, and air hugs. Peace be with you, you guys. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. I'll see you guys in the next reading. Know that God loves you. Remember, continue to pray. Okay, that's the best way that you can continually put up boundaries between you and these people. All right. All right. Know that God loves you, and so do I. I'll see you in the next reading. Peace. Bye. Have a wonderful day. Yeah. And your favor also helps shield you. But yeah, they can't just go around going, da, na, 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 na. Can't touch this. They literally cannot touch you guys. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.